My name is Clara.
And in the quiet echoes of this big modern house, I am utterly lost. I move through my days like a ghost, a carefully dressed phantom in a life that looks perfect from the outside. I wake to the piercing scream of an alarm, gulping bitter coffee as if it were a punishment, rushing into a blur of meetings and deadlines that mean everything and nothing at all. My husband is Evan. We share this beautiful, cold space, this monument to success that feels emptier than a forgotten cellar. We are two satellites, orbiting the same silent planet, passing in the hallways with only the hollow click of his architect's pen or the frantic tap of my keyboard to break the quiet. Our conversations are transactions, brittle, efficient, and utterly soul-crushing. Did you pay the bill? What time will you be home? We say good night to the darkness, never to each other's eyes. Tonight, the sky has cracked open. A violent, weeping rain lashes against the windows, trying to get in, or maybe trying to let something out. I am trapped in the blue glow of my laptop, my heart pounding not from passion, but from fear. A presentation unfinished, a boss waiting to devour my mistakes tomorrow. And from the kitchen, a crash. The angry slam of a plate, then another. Evan is speaking in the only language we have left, the language of noise. I pretend not to hear. I pretend my screen is the most important thing in the world. But the truth is a stone in my chest. We haven't had a real conversation in weeks. We are two ships, sailing side by side in a freezing sea, close enough to see the light in each other's windows, but forever separated by a vast, dark ocean of silence. He walks into my office, and the air changes. He's drenched from the rain outside, his shirt clinging to him like a second skin of failure. He stands there, a statue of exhaustion, and asks a simple question about our weekend. And something in me, something strained and frayed for months, finally snaps. "Not now, Evan! Can't you see I'm busy?" The words hang in the air, toxic and sharp. I see the shock in his eyes, then the dam breaks. Months of stored loneliness, of neglected promises, come flooding out in a torrent of pain. He shouts that I treat our home like a hotel. I scream that I feel invisible in my own marriage. He bellows about working himself to bone for our future. I weep that I'd trade every penny just to feel his hand on mine again. The room vibrates with our hurt. And then, he delivers the killing blow. His voice drops to an arctic chill. "Clara, we are just roommates now. Nothing more." The words are a physical blow. My breath leaves me. He turns, a stranger in the shadow of my doorway, and walks away. I hear him take a pillow from our bed. I hear the finality of his footsteps heading to the couch. And I am left, alone in the wreckage, the echo of our love ringing in my ears. But the universe has other plans. A deafening crack of thunder, so close it shakes the very foundations of our cold, perfect house. And then, absolute darkness. The world is swallowed. The hum of electricity dies. My laptop screen, a tiny blue sun, vanishes. The silence that follows is profound, and then terrifying. 3 mechanical clicks echo through the blackness. The smart locks sealing us in. Trapped. A primal childhood fear claws its way up my throat. Darkness has always been my monster. My body begins to shake uncontrollably. Evan? My voice is a child's in the vast, hungry dark. And then, a miracle. A shuffle. Footsteps. A beam of light, cutting through the black like a sword. It finds me, huddled and shaking. His voice comes from the light, but it is not the voice from the fight. Clara, come here. It is the voice of my husband. I'm right here. Don't worry. His hand finds my arm in the darkness. His touch is gentle, anchoring. He guides me through the unfamiliar landscape of our home to the living room. We are prisoners of the storm, prisoners in this house. But now, we are prisoners together. He finds the tall white candles in a drawer we never open. The strike of a match is a tiny, defiant explosion. A flame blooms, fragile, beautiful. And our world is remade in gold and shadow. The room, so cold and sharp before, now feels ancient, sacred. He walks to the kitchen and returns with a bottle of red wine. Our wine. The one we were saving for a special day that never seemed to come. The pop of the cork is a promise. We sit on the vast sofa, a canyon of silence between us. But it is a different silence now. It is a silence waiting to be filled. He speaks first. His voice unravels the story of his fear, the architecture firm crumbling, the dread of failure, the crushing weight of believing he is not enough for me. Tears I haven't seen in a year glitter in the candlelight as he confesses, and his truth unlocks my own. I tell him of the haunting loneliness, of feeling like a guest in this museum of a life. I whisper about missing his laugh, missing the man who would tell me silly stories, not just report the day's disasters. The walls we built, brick by silent brick over months, begin to tremble. We drink the rich, dark wine. The candlelight dances in his eyes, and for the first time in an eternity, I truly look into them. I see the boy I fell in love with, hiding behind the man burdened by the world. Our hands on the couch, separate, then drifting, until our fingertips meet. A spark. A tiny, electric resurrection. The conversation softens, deepens, like the gentle rain that now patters against the window. We are not fixing a marriage tonight. We are excavating its heart, buried under layers of neglect. He reaches over, and his hand envelops mine. The warmth of his skin is a shock, a memory jolting back to life. We slide slowly to the floor, onto the thick rug, drawn by gravity and something infinitely stronger. The candlelight paints his face in moving masterpieces of light and dark. I lift my hand and trace the tired lines beside his eyes. Lines etched by stress, by nights spent alone with his worries. He catches my hand, presses my palm to his cheek, and closes his eyes as if in prayer. No words are needed now. Our bodies speak a fluent, aching language of apology and forgiveness. He pulls me into his arms, and I rest my head against the steady drum of his heart. Here, on the floor of our darkened palace, I am not a marketing planner. He is not an architect. We are simply Clara and Evan, two souls who got lost and have finally, miraculously, found their way back to shore in the same lifeboat. We stay like that for hours, until the wine is gone and the candles burn low, weeping wax tears of joy. A soft gray light filters into the room. Morning. I am curled against him, his arms a fortress around me. I have never felt more safe. Then, a sudden, jarring beep. The house gasps back to life. Lights flare, machines whir, the digital world reasserts its noisy dominion. But we don't move. We cling to the quiet world we just rebuilt. He finally looks down at me, his eyes clear, his smile weary but real. He leans down and presses his lips to my forehead, a kiss of sealing, of promise. I don't want to lose you, Clara, he murmurs, his voice rough with sleep and sincerity. You won't, I whisper back, my heart full to bursting. But we have to try, really try this time. We make our rules there in the newborn light, simple, sacred laws for our second chance. Phones down after 9, eyes only for each other. Dinner is for conversation, not for screens. One real talk, every single night. And if we fight, we stay. We face the storm together in the same room. And the final, most important rule? No more sleeping apart. This couch is just a piece of furniture. Our bed is our sanctuary. We seal the pact with a kiss, not of passion, but of partnership. Change does not come with a thunderclap. It comes with the quiet, daily choice to turn toward each other. He comes home earlier, the scent of rain and pencil lead on his coat. I leave my laptop at the office door. But our new cathedral is the kitchen. We stand side by side, chopping, stirring, creating nourishment together. In the sizzle of onions and the steam from pots, we share our days, the small triumphs, the tiny griefs. And every night, the quiet 10 minutes, phones in another room, just his hand in mine. I relearn the landscape of his face, the new smile lines that are starting to form from joy, not stress. He memorizes the sound of my true laugh again. The house itself seems to sigh, its cold edges softening, warmed by the new sound of our voices, by the music we play, by the life we are finally living within its walls. I often think of that night, the night the lights went out. We thought it was the end, but it was the beginning. Sometimes, you need the world to go completely dark to finally see the light you were meant to follow. The light in each other's eyes. The storm didn't break us. It broke everything around us. The silence, the distance, the pride. So we could find each other in the rubble. Our love is not a fairy tale. It is a choice. A scarred, beautiful, resilient choice we make every single morning. I look at him now, standing in a shaft of morning sun, making coffee. He turns, catches me looking, and his smile, that true, easy smile, is the brightest thing in the room. We are saved. We are home.